It started with a complaint from a couple who alleged that the baby that had been handed over to them by a fertility IVF surrogate center was not biologically theirs. The investigation has become huge, and I have with me DCP of North Zone for Hyderabad. This investigation into one fertility surrogacy center has snowballed into something very, very big, raising several ethical and legal questions as well. Tell us, what is the update on it? I understand that you are now handing it over to a special investigation team. What have you found out so far? You have already arrested 3 doctors, 2 of them in the government sector.
Yes, it's actually 4 doctors. So initially the complaint that we received was more of an individual in nature. They claimed that they had gone to a fertility clinic for treatment, and then the main doctor there had advised them to go in for surrogacy. Unaware of the legal aspects, they were persuaded by the clinic that those aspects will be taken care by the clinic themselves. And they went in for it, and they paid almost 30-35 lakhs. And later on, when the child was delivered to them, they got a DNA test done, and it was not matching. So from there, we started the investigation. At the very initial stage, we found out that this center, the original place of offence, that is Universal Srushti Fertility Center, located here in Gopalapuram police station limits, that has branches, many branches across the area, especially one main branch where the child was delivered in Visakhapatnam. So because of the multi-state issue, we have taken court permission, search warrants, and then we planned a joint raid at both Secunderabad clinic as well as the Vizag clinic. After the raid, we found that it was like a huge network, and in reality there was no surrogacy. It is actually a case of child trafficking, because the DNA, the fact that the DNA did not match pointed to that the child not being theirs biologically at all. The child,
you are saying there is no surrogacy at all in this center that is supposed to do IVF?
Yes. So they were not actually doing any kind of surrogacy procedure. What they did was they lured or they brought these vulnerable pregnant women who were unable to keep the pregnancy, or they were unable to keep the child for a variety of reasons, and they procured that child from those biological parents and handed over those children to these prospective parents who had approached this clinic, and charging them almost upwards of 30 to 35 lakhs for each such in the name of that procedure. And they even fabricated these DNA reports to some of the couples. That's what we got to know in the course of investigation. But even fabrication actually might not be true. The samples that they used for the DNA, they switched it with the biological parent samples, which resulted in a DNA report which was showing matching.
Because you're saying this is actually a baby trafficking racket that you uncovered.
Yes, absolutely. And from that is how we realized that so many agents are involved. And presently now we have booked 9 cases in this issue, including 3 cases in which these children were actively shown. One is the initial complaint. In the second case, a baby girl has been handed over to them whose DNA did not match. In the third case, a dead baby was shown. At the time of delivery to the victims, a dead child was shown, and they said this is the baby which was born through your collection of samples and your embryo, but the child developed some complications and died during a delivery. In reality, the child was born to a completely unrelated pregnant woman, and due to some health issues, the child passed away. So in this case also, the couple was told that we will try the procedure again after a couple of months, and again you have to pay some 10 to 15 lakhs. So it's actually a violation of human ethics, any medical rules, and absolute exploitation of vulnerable people across the spectrum. Even the pregnant women who wanted to give away the children, and also the vulnerable couples who are desperate to have a child, and this their entire emotional mindset has been exploited thoroughly by this clinic.
2 things here. One, are these children being taken with the consent of the biological parent, or is there also a case of children being actually stolen?
So in our initial investigation so far, what we have found is the biological mothers who we traced in these cases that we have filed, all of them have given their children willingly. Some of them because of some financial issues, some of them because of some other societal problems, they have given over the child, and they have taken some money for it. So it is a case of baby selling, and they have also been remanded in this case.
Did Did you also come across of any women who were used as surrogate mothers, maybe not with the sperm of this of the couples who were intending to have a biological child?
No, no. What we found is that there was no real surrogacy being done at all. Even in the name of surrogacy, they were actually just using the children of the biological parents who did not want to keep the child.
Was there also some sperm collection that was happening at these centers?
Yes, not just sperm collection, even egg collection, this collection of these specimens, then creation of embryos. So we were actually looking into what actually they were doing with all these embryos, but presently, because of the early stage of the investigation, we haven't found any traces of that. In our initial raid which we did at this clinic, we did find some live embryos, and those particular persons were identified, and like the original who did belong to, they have been identified, and they've also given their witness statement in this. So
what does this point to you? Because obviously, when couples come there are even the amount of 10% or 15% infertile couples. Of them, hardly 1% must be going for options like these because of the expense involved and psychological, emotional stress and the social stigma.
So it's basically what we found is that many of these couples have actually, like you said, they have visited many clinics, and some of them might have tried for several years. So this has become like a very lucrative option in the sense that this accused developed the reputation that if you come to her, a child will be given to you. Perhaps the clinic is also exploiting the loopholes in the law by establishing a branch here and another branch in Vizag. We also found that the clinic did not have any licenses. It was operating, doing other medical procedures, was doing like hysterectomies, other kind of procedures which they should not be doing without proper procedures. So without proper any certification by the government. So by all accounts, that action will be taken by the concerned department. But for us, the main cheating angle involved, that luring these couples and then advising them as to commercial surrogacy. The domain of commercial surrogacy is still very ambiguous in the public domain. Public are not aware as to whether commercial surrogacy is allowed, not allowed. But law on the subject is pretty clear that commercial
only altruistic surrogacy is allowed.
Only altruistic surrogacy, that is only known someone very close relative or known person to the couple, and that too there are specific conditions which need to be fulfilled, and only by certified doctors, certified clinics, only then this kind of a surrogacy procedure can be undertaken. But this is not something which is very well known, and there are many clinics who are offering this and saying that we will take care of all the legalities because the paperwork will be done by us and that all those aspects can be covered. So by falling into this trap, they are willing to pay even a huge sum of amount, ultimately hoping that the child that they are getting is theirs. But in this case, there was not even a hint of actual surrogacy having taken place, because even though the samples were taken from the couple, but it was not utilized for the procedure as such.
So among the couples who came, you're saying none of the women actually had an embryo embedded into her?
Yes, no. Not in so far in our investigation.
This also raises many ethical questions now, isn't it? With so many couples must have gone there and now believing you've actually in a sense opened a can of worms, even though the truth needs to be known.
Yes, definitely, and it actually even highlights the kind of societal pressures these couples are facing, and it's very sad to see that they are falling prey to these pressures. They are engaging in this kind of practice. And even from police side, we also would like to advise to all the public out there that not to fall prey to these unethical practices, because at the end of the day, you have gone there and hoping that you are getting your own child, but this desperation is being taken advantage of by these kind of clinics.
So how many couples in your understanding now have been cheated in this manner?
So we have received complaints from this ongoing surrogacy, almost around 6 cases we have booked regarding this ongoing, like they have already paid upwards of 10 to 15 lakhs and they were told that by this year's end you will be, the child will be delivered. So those we have already registered and we are verifying whether any already some pregnant women have been hired or some such situation is there. But what we found is that this accused was operating a huge network of agents, and these agents, one lady by name Santoshi, who is the one of the accused, this main agent was having set of multiple agents in the area who are from different locations, not just in state of Telangana, from other states as well. So whenever there was a requirement of a pregnant woman who has to deliver a child and say in the next month, So through this main agent, they were communicating to the other sub-agents. Those sub-agents will do inquiries in their areas as to any vulnerable pregnant women are there who want to give away their children. And these pregnant women were taken to Vishakhapatnam. And then there, when the child was delivered, it was being handed over. So it's actually a very sophisticated network which was being operated with multiple links. So in this, we have already remanded and arrested 25 accused. Most of them are the agents, so who are operating in different areas.
Dr. Namrata, who seems to be at the core of this scam, you have interrogated her. What is she saying? Because what are the numbers of babies that she seems to have trafficked in this manner?
So presently, since the case is under investigation, we cannot reveal much of the details as to her confessions or anything. But the files that we had seized and the material that we had found indicated a large number of procedures that she has done, a large number of offered these kind of fake surrogacy procedures. So that could be in the upwards of more than 50 and above. And she does not have that the clinic does not maintain records of previous years. So obviously those numbers will grow up. These files only indicate to recent times.
This goes back at least 10 to 15 years. And what has her record been so far? Has she been in the ambit of the law?
Yeah, if we have pursued her previous crime history, and we found since 2010 there is active registration of cases against her clinics across the states, even in Telangana, here in Hyderabad city, as well as mostly in Vijayawada, Vishakhapatnam, Guntur. In these areas of Andhra Pradesh, FIRs have been done on similar lines. So, but most of those cases she has compromised with the victims, and some of them are still pending trial in court.
The question would be, how was she practicing if she had cases against her?
So presently here in Telangana, her license has been cancelled, and we are presently verifying regarding the status of her license in Andhra Pradesh. But I am told that perhaps that is also not a absolutely certified license, but it's presently under investigation. Yes.
She has been impersonating some other doctors?
Yes. On her letter pads, we found name of one Dr. Suri Srimati. She's a very senior 90-year-old gynecologist practicing in the city here, and her name was put on all the letter pads, all the official communications, all the case histories of the clinic with her license number as well, to showcase the clinic as having certified doctors. And this lady doctor has also given us a complaint, and an FIR has been registered for cheating by impersonation.
Two other government sector doctors, KGH Hospital in Vishakhapatnam, what was their role?
Same as here also, we had one government hospital doctor who was providing anesthesiologist services. Similarly, in Vishakhapatnam clinic, she was offering active child care services also in that clinic, unlike the clinic here. So all these pregnant women who were being taken for deliveries to Vishakhapatnam, there the child was being delivered by government hospital doctors, we are told now in course of investigation, who were assisting as gynecologists or pediatricians or anesthesiologists. That's whom we have caught in this case.
Not to spread panic, but something like this seems to indicate that it could be more rampant than what we see in this one particular case alone.
Yeah, but what actually this case has highlighted to us is this desperation of these childless couples across the country, which is being cashed on by these kind of clinics by showcasing them some route, alternative route, which deviates from the law. And this is something which is being, their desperation is being cashed on by these clinics. So our advice to the public is also, once again, we are telling not to go to such kind of fertility clinics who are cashing in on your desperation. You should always only go to certified doctors and certified clinics. And again, commercial surrogacy, if any doctor is advocating to you, that is a very wrong and unethical as well as illegal practice.
Thank you so much. So the government of Telangana has also decided to now have a team that will actually inspect the procedures and the regulation at different IVF centers across the state of Telangana. In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagraju, Sudhir, NDTV.